Now, when we talk about a leader and a manager, people are going, what's the difference? Okay. And what we're saying here is, I would ask you to look at this slide, and I would like you to assess yourselves here. I'd like you to find yourself here in this slide, and I'd like you to see, are you more a manager or are you more a leader? And if you're more a manager, do you want to become more a leader? And if you're strong in the leadership capability, very good. So very briefly, rate yourselves here. So a manager generally gives direction. It's all about what has to be done. It's meeting the business goals, etc. Okay. Whereas the leader tends to ask questions. How are we going to do it? What do you think we should do? So the leader has a more inclusive approach to the business. They're also more visionary, but they don't believe that they're the only person who has the vision. They want everybody's input. A manager has subordinates, but a leader has followers. So the manager is not the boss. They never consider themselves the boss, okay? They lead their people. The manager holds authority, whereas the leader is motivational. So what they're saying is, I'm encouraging you and I'm motivating you to become the best version of yourself. They don't feel threatened by anybody in the ranks. They absolutely focus on employing people who are sharper and who are more qualified in certain areas than they are, and they will always motivate and develop the individual. A manager will tell you what to do, whereas the leader will show you how to do it. Okay, this tends to be a little more dictatorial. This is more mentoring approach. The manager has good ideas, but the leader will action the good ideas. So here, it's the manager assumes that they have the only good idea, okay? Whereas the leader will look for the ideas from everybody. The manager reacts and responds to change, whereas the leader will create it. Now, it is often said that a good manager will manage the bottom line, and yes, they have to do that. However, that bottom line will change. The only constant is change. And a manager will try to be the hero, solve the problems and sort out all the issues. However, the leader will make the heroes. So the leader is all about developing others to be the best version of themselves. And then a manager exercises their power, and it's the power of their position, the title, I'm the boss, I'm the manager, etc. Whereas the leader then develops power in others. So the leader is not terribly concerned about their power. What a leader is more concerned with is their ability to inspire, to influence, and to impact on the life of their people. So they're a fantastic role model. So if you've had a chance to...
Charley?
Yes, Milry?
Hi, sorry to interrupt. I do have a question. Can you describe what you might consider a micromanager?
Yes, a micromanager is an exacerbated version of this. It's somebody who really will tell you what they want done. They'll show you how to do it, but they will check excessively that you're doing everything the way they want it done, which means it's in a very prescribed format in that this is the way it's done. We don't change it. However, a leader will explain to you that this is what has to be achieved at any given time, and they will ask you how you think it could be done. And if you think you could do it differently or better, but you see, achieve the same end result. So they give you the freedom of expression, the freedom of thought. They're not going to shoehorn you into, this is how we do it. And a micromanager is, we've always done it this way, please continue to do it this way, and not give you any room to develop. And a micromanager, sorry.
I just said thank you.
No problem, Milrees. Thank you. A micromanager is, whereas we see here the leader is motivational, a micromanager actually demotivates completely. So they really restrict somebody's thought process and their ability to grow. So in the group, did anybody find themselves surprised by their assessment here?
Share? Did you want me to share?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just found that there was certainly, I view myself as a leader and I have many of those attributes, but I also realize that there are aspects when I'm in working relationships where I'm more of a manager, like tries to be a hero. And I also realized that people who were my supervisors, when they failed as leaders and were more managers.
Yeah, and sometimes when you look at, thank you, Betsy, when you look at this, you see the managers that you're aware of in the past. And one of the things about becoming a revolutionary leader is, it's almost like become the leader you wish you'd had in the past. In other words, don't all automatically take the practices and the behaviors of your leaders as being the only way of leading. And that's a learning process here as well.